haven't talked to anyone in so long. Feels like I'm fading into nothingness. Every day blends into the next, a blur of routine and silence. January 27th. It's just another date, but in a week, so much can change. People lose their focus. They start to panic, thinking about exams they haven't studied for, bills they can't pay. And just when it seems like things are getting better, life throws another punch. A doctor, who doesn't really know me or understand my struggle, told me to take time off from school. Time off, he said, for my mild depression. But what is that supposed to mean? Mild? Depression feels anything but mild. It's like a fog that swallows you whole, suffocating and endless. I'm supposed to clear my head so I can be more effective in my studies. That's the cure, apparently. Take this pill and all will be better. But instead of feeling lighter, I feel heavier. The medication, what is it supposed to do? Make me better or make me feel worse? It's doing the opposite. Staying at home, doing nothing, only brings back memories of things I can't escape. At least when I was studying, it distracted me. It helped take my mind off things, if only for a little while. But now, being home, it's unbearable. I see my family, and in any other situation, I'd be happy. But not now. Not after Dad's death. Everyone is down, everyone is grieving, and it's dragging me down too. I feel trapped in this endless cycle of sorrow. They say I need time to clear my head, that keeping myself busy is the answer. But let me tell you something. Keeping your body busy is one thing, but keeping your mind busy, that's the real challenge. If your mind is trapped in darkness, your body will follow.
But here's a thought I want to share with you, Adam. Realize this. Your difficult situation isn't a curse. It's not some cosmic punishment sent to break you. It's a trial, yes, but like all trials, it has a purpose. The bitterness you're feeling right now, it's like medicine. Harsh, unpleasant, but necessary for healing.
It's strange how people think time heals everything. As if, by simply waiting, the pain will slowly fade away. But here I am, surrounded by time, drowning in it, and nothing is getting better. Every hour, every minute feels heavier than the last. Staying at home just makes it worse. I thought I'd feel comfort here, but all I feel is a constant reminder of what's missing. Dad's gone, and no amount of time can fix that. I try to be there for my family, but how can I help them when I can barely help myself? Everyone is pretending to be okay, but I see through it. We're all broken in our own ways, and I wonder, am I supposed to carry on like this? Just exist day after day, pretending everything is fine when nothing feels right anymore? The weight of it all is crushing. Every small task feels like a mountain I can't climb. And the worst part? No one really sees it. They think I'm just going through a phase, something I'll get over with time. But how do you get over something that follows you everywhere? How do you escape a feeling that's become a part of you? I've tried to distract myself. I thought if I kept busy, maybe the pain would fade into the background. But it's always there, lingering in the back of my mind. Even when I manage to forget for a moment, it comes rushing back, stronger than before. It's like a shadow I can't outrun. It's strange how life keeps moving, even when you feel stuck. People go on with their routines, the world keeps turning, and yet here I am, paralyzed. Every morning, I wake up hoping today will be different, that something will change. But every day feels the same. The weight of everything just doesn't lift. It's suffocating. And then there's the pressure to get better, to move on, to act like everything is fine when inside, I feel like I'm falling apart. The world around me doesn't stop for my sadness. They expect me to pick myself up, go back to school, be productive like nothing ever happened. But how? How can I focus on anything when my mind is consumed by grief, by fear, by this emptiness that won't go away? And the worst part? No one really understands. They try, they offer their words of comfort, but it's hollow. They don't know what it's like to carry this weight, to feel like you're sinking with no way out. I'm supposed to be strong, to keep going. But I'm tired. So tired of pretending I'm okay when I'm anything but. But in the midst of this darkness, there's something I've started to realize. As impossible as it feels right now, maybe the struggle is teaching me something. Maybe there's a reason I'm being pushed to the edge, a reason why everything seems to be falling apart. Maybe it's not about escaping the pain but learning how to live through it. Because the truth is, no one escapes life without scars. We all carry them in one way or another. And maybe, just maybe, these scars are what make us stronger. What if this pain is shaping me into someone I need to become? What if, on the other side of this, I find something I never imagined, strength I didn't know I had, resilience I didn't think was possible? I've heard it said that the darkest moments in life are when we find out who we really are. And maybe that's what this is, a test, a trial to see how much I can endure. But more than that, it's an opportunity to rise above, to grow from the very thing that's trying to break me. It won't be easy. I know that. But I've come to understand that the most valuable things in life never come easy. And maybe, just maybe, this pain is a gift in disguise, preparing me for something greater. Because after every storm, the sun shines again. And maybe that's what I'm holding on to, the hope that there's something beautiful waiting for me on the other side of all this. In the middle of it all, I've questioned everything. My purpose, my worth, my place in this world. It's like I'm lost in a maze with no clear way out. Every direction feels like a dead end, and I'm left wondering if I'm ever going to find my way again. What am I even supposed to be doing? What's the point of all this pain? I feel like I'm constantly searching for answers, but all I find is more confusion, more questions. The pressure to figure it out is overwhelming. Everyone expects me to have a plan, to know what I want, to be sure of myself. But how can I, when I don't even know who I am anymore? How can I move forward when I'm weighed down by everything I've lost? But here's something I'm starting to realize. Maybe the answers aren't going to come all at once. Maybe I won't wake up one day with everything magically fixed. And maybe that's okay. Maybe the struggle itself is part of the process, part of what's shaping me into who I'm meant to be. I used to think that strength meant having it all together, being able to push through without breaking. But I'm learning that real strength comes from being vulnerable, from admitting that I'm not okay, from facing the pain instead of running from it. And maybe, just maybe, that's where real growth happens, in the moments where we feel the most lost, the most broken. Because despite everything, I'm still here. I've survived every bad day, every sleepless night, every moment of doubt. And that's something, isn't it? It means that even when it feels like the world is against me, I have the power to keep going. I have the power to rise again, no matter how many times I fall. And maybe that's what resilience is, not about never falling, but about always getting back up. It's about refusing to let the pain define me, refusing to let it break me. It's about finding the strength to keep moving forward, even when the path ahead is unclear. For a long time, I thought the pain was something I needed to avoid, something I needed to escape from. But now I'm starting to see it differently. What if the pain is part of the journey? What if, instead of running from it, I need to embrace it? Because maybe, just maybe, the pain is what's going to push me to grow in ways I never imagined. I've realized that every setback, every disappointment, every heartbreak has shaped me into the person I am today. It's hard to see it when you're in the middle of it, but when I look back, I see that the struggles I've faced have given me strength, have taught me resilience. They've shown me what I'm capable of overcoming. The truth is, we can't control everything that happens to us. Life is unpredictable, full of ups and downs, moments of joy and moments of pain. But what we can control is how we respond. We can choose to let the pain break us, or we can choose to let it build us. I've made my choice. I'm choosing to see the pain as a part of my growth, as a necessary step in becoming who I'm meant to be. Because without the struggle, there can be no progress. Without the pain, there can be no healing. And without the darkness, we can't fully appreciate the light. I'm learning that I have more power than I thought. The power to choose how I see my situation, the power to decide how I respond to it. And that's where real strength comes from. Not from avoiding the pain, but from facing it head-on and deciding that it won't break me. I choose to believe that there's a purpose in all of this, that the pain is temporary, but the growth it brings is lasting, that every challenge I face is preparing me for something greater. And maybe, just maybe, this is the moment I've been waiting for, the moment where everything starts to change. As the days pass, I'm starting to see the changes little by little. I'm not saying the pain has disappeared. It's still there, lingering. But something is different now. It's like I'm no longer letting the pain control me. Instead, I'm learning to live with it, to carry it without letting it weigh me down. This journey isn't easy. There are still moments where I feel like I'm back at square one, where the weight feels too heavy to bear. But now I know something I didn't before. I know that these moments won't last forever. I know that no matter how dark it gets, there's always a glimmer of light waiting on the other side. I'm realizing that life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain. And maybe, just maybe, the struggles I've faced are the very things that are going to help me become the person I was always meant to be. It's not about avoiding the hardships, but about using them as stepping stones to something greater. Every day I'm getting stronger. Every setback is just another lesson, another chance to grow. And every time I fall, I get back up, knowing that I'm one step closer to becoming who I need to be. I've started to believe in something bigger than myself. Something that tells me that this pain, this struggle, this journey is all part of a bigger plan. It's not random. It's not meaningless. Every tear, every heartache, every moment of doubt is shaping me, molding me into the person I need to be for what lies ahead. And now I hold on to that belief with everything I have. Because even though I can't always see the end of the tunnel, I trust that there is one. I trust that the struggles I face today are making way for the victories of tomorrow. And with every passing day, I'm becoming stronger, more resilient, more ready for whatever life throws my way. It's easy to lose faith when everything seems to be falling apart, when nothing makes sense, and you feel like you're drowning in doubt. But I've come to understand that faith isn't about having all the answers. It's about trusting the process, even when you don't understand it. I've had to learn to trust that the challenges I face have a purpose, even when I can't see it. That there's something bigger at play, something beyond what I can comprehend right now. And that's hard. It's hard to surrender control, to accept that I don't have it all figured out. But that's where faith comes in, believing that, in time, everything will fall into place. I'm learning to let go of the need to control every aspect of my life, to stop obsessing over the whys and what-ifs, because the truth is, life doesn't always go the way we plan. But that doesn't mean it's going wrong. Sometimes, the detours and setbacks are the very things that lead us to where we're meant to be. I'm learning to surrender to the process, to trust that every step I take, even the painful ones, is taking me closer to the person I'm meant to become. And though I can't always see the destination, I'm learning to find peace in the journey. There's strength in admitting that I don't have it all together. There's strength in acknowledging my fears, my doubts, and my pain. Because vulnerability isn't weakness, it's courage. It's the courage to face the parts of myself that I've tried to hide, the parts that I've been too afraid to confront. And in that vulnerability, I've found a new kind of strength. The strength to keep going, to keep fighting, even when everything inside me wants to give up. The strength to believe that, no matter how broken I feel right now, I am not beyond repair. That healing is possible. That transformation is possible. In the darkest moments, it's easy to believe that the pain will last forever, that the weight will never lift. But here's what I've learned. It doesn't last forever. The storm doesn't rage endlessly. There comes a moment when the clouds begin to part, and the light breaks through. It may not happen overnight, and it may not come in the way we expect. But slowly, steadily, the pieces start to come back together. I may not be the same person I was before the storm, but maybe that's the point. Maybe the goal isn't to go back to who I was, but to rise from the ashes as someone stronger, wiser, and more resilient than ever before. I used to think that adversity was something to be avoided, something that would break me. But now I see that it's through adversity that I've discovered my true strength. It's through the hardest times that I've grown the most. The truth is, we don't grow when things are easy. We grow when we're faced with challenges that push us to our limits. When we're forced to confront the parts of ourselves that need to change, that need to be strengthened. And as painful as it is, I've realized that every challenge, every setback, is an opportunity for transformation. It's an opportunity to become the person I'm meant to be. And no matter how many times I fall, I know that I have the strength to rise again. And now, as I stand on the other side of this storm, I can see it for what it was. A necessary part of my journey. A chapter that tested me, shaped me, and ultimately helped me become stronger than I ever thought possible. The dawn always comes after the darkest nights. And with it comes a new beginning, a fresh start. I'm not who I was, and I'm grateful for that. Because now, I'm not just surviving, I'm thriving. I'm not just getting through the days. I'm embracing every moment, every lesson, every opportunity to grow. One of the most powerful things I've learned is that it's not the circumstances that define us. It's how we respond to them. I used to see the challenges I faced as roadblocks, as things that were holding me back. But now I see them differently. Now I see them as stepping stones, each one pushing me forward, forcing me to grow, to adapt, to become better. It's not about avoiding difficulties because they're inevitable. It's about how we choose to face them. We can either let them break us, or we can use them to build ourselves up. And that's a choice we get to make every single day. Fear used to control me. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. But I've realized that fear only has as much power as we give it. I've started to choose growth over fear. I've started to see failure not as something to avoid, but as part of the process of becoming stronger. Every failure, every setback is just a lesson. It's not the end, it's just part of the journey. And I'd rather fail 1,000 times than live in fear of trying. Because each time I get back up, I'm proving to myself that I'm stronger than I thought. There's a saying that pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. And I've learned that there's truth in that. We can't always control the pain that comes our way, but we can control how we respond to it. We can choose to let it consume us, or we can choose to use it as fuel for something greater. I've started to see my pain as a teacher, as something that's guiding me towards a greater purpose. It's given me a sense of clarity, a sense of direction. And now, instead of being consumed by the pain, I'm using it to fuel my growth, my drive, my purpose. As I stand here now, I realize that the journey isn't over. In fact, it's just beginning. There will be more challenges, more moments of doubt, and more times when I feel like giving up. But now, I face them with a new perspective, a new strength. I've learned that life isn't about reaching some final destination where everything is perfect. It's about embracing the journey, with all its ups and downs, with all its pain and joy. It's about finding meaning in every moment, even the difficult ones. The struggles I've faced have taught me that I am stronger than I ever imagined, that I am capable of more than I ever thought possible, and that every setback is just a setup for a comeback. But this isn't just about me. It's about you too. It's about everyone who's ever felt broken, lost, or defeated. You have the power to turn your pain into strength. You have the power to rise no matter how many times you've fallen. You have the power to transform your life. This journey isn't easy. It never will be. But it's worth it. Because on the other side of the pain, there's growth. On the other side of the fear, there's courage. And on the other side of the struggle, there's a version of yourself you haven't even met yet. A stronger, wiser, more resilient you. So I ask you this, what will you do with your struggle? Will you let it break you, or will you let it build you? Will you give up, or will you rise? The choice is yours. Remember, you are not alone. You are stronger than you think. And no matter what you're facing, you have the power to overcome it. So rise, keep going, and never forget that the best version of yourself is yet to come. If this message resonated with you, if you found strength in these words, don't let it stop here. Join a community of people who are on the same journey, overcoming, growing, and rising stronger every day. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, and together, we'll continue pushing through life's challenges and building something greater. Remember, this isn't just about one video, it's about a mindset, a way of living. So subscribe, stay connected, and never stop rising. The best is yet to come.